Well, this is our continuation of Know Your Supremo on the musings of the Knights of Rizal. I thank you for tuning back in and helping us learn about our dynamic and most illustrious leader, Sir Calderon. And hopefully, we will, at the end of this special, we will be able to know more about him as a person, as a knight, and also be able to appreciate his style of leadership and be able to work in the organization uh, with unity, uh, enthusiasm, and inspiration. Again, thank you and enjoy this coverage. Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to the KR universe. Truth be told, this is a return engagement of our Supremo to the program. The first meeting that we had, the first interview, we had some technical difficulties, and and our Supremo is kind enough to let us have a return engagement. So we will pick up from where we ended last time.
Well, municipality of Angono, when I was in my first term as a mayor in 1998, Angono is a part of the triumvirate flooded town. Cainta, Taytay, Angono. So that was up to year 2000, my second year in office as my first term mayor. We developed an innovative approach by inviting companies, haulers that need the type of material inside our river. So it's a 2 kilometers stretch. We dredged that in 2 years' time. The following year, from that 5 feet to 15 feet depth of the town's central river, it creates a big impact that Angono never experienced a flooding. After we correct that, part of my mission is to rehab the Angono community. Angono is a third-class municipality, and our income then is 36 million annual budget. And even 10,000s of informal settlers or squatters along the riverbank, along the shoreline of the lakeside, private property, and even municipal cemetery. So these are part of the innovation I've done in partnership with private, offered them a win-win solution rather than bringing this matter and in a court battle. These 10,000 informal settlers along the highway, imagine this road size, the road size of my highway is 20, but the usable is only 10. So 5 meters both side is full of squatters. So we relocate them. In my 18 years as a mayor, we have now only remaining 2,000. And this 2,000 is very minimal compared to the 10,000 I inherited as a mayor. So we make it sure that the living condition of our people is safe. Instead of bringing them outside of Angono, finding a place outside of Angono, I promise them that part of my advocacy is it's inclusive. No one will get out of my place I was elected 6 terms and finished 18 years as a mayor. So Angono reaped so many awards, a multi-awarded town in the handling of our financial management. We are a recipient of 4 Seal of Good Local Governance and Good Financial Housekeeping, and known for a participatory governance in partnership with the Zero Squatter program and the good collection of our public market, a notable organization known as a Galing Po awardee in the Philippines, represented by deans, known executives, representative of the Department of Finance, judged as a Galing Po awardee for that participatory and systemic governance. Angono known for, of course, notable for being an art capital of the Philippines. We have 2 national artists. One is in music, Lucio San Pedro, and one is the national artist for visual arts, Carlos Botong Francisco. The history of Manila, commissioned by City of Manila to Botong Francisco. One of the famous image of that is the Rizal Martyrdom. It is a very famous in our organization. It was a product of Botong's imaginary mind. It became famous. So a lot of artists in my place, we develop a school for the art so that it will sustain the institutionalization of our young generation. By inviting our provincial Governor Inares and Congressman Duabit, we asked them to establish a University of Rizal system and creation of the Institute of Fine Arts and Architecture. Because of our participation in so many United Nations Millennium Development Program, we use effigy from negative to a positive, and making Angono as home of the Gigantes Festival. Our people is our Gigantes. The creativity of our Angonians develop 100 giants, the only giants or Gigantes parading in kilometer 0 in Luneta Grandstand during the Centennial Parade. That's why Angono not only known as the art capital of the Philippines, but also the home of the Gigantes Festival. So this is how we market our town through an innovative way, my friend Alwin.
Sir, just for those curious, sir, what was the origin of the Gigantes? Is there a folklore story about the Gigantes, specifically in Angono?
Alam niyo po, walang pinagkaiba ito sa mga fiesta outside. It's just like a Mardi Gras in Europe. While in the Angono case, it's a puppetry, it's a protest of the hacienda people to our Spanish landowner. So from that negative representation of our Gigantes before, national artist Botong Francisco converted that into a amusement and include that in every festival of the town, there is a tree, a family Gigantes in front of the parade. So it creates, from negative, it creates amusement. And from that tree, when I became a mayor in 1998, because of my eagerness to promote my town as an art capital, artist paradise, artist haven, instead of inviting mascots of the commercial mascot, I rather use this puppetry because a lot of artists here, there are a lot of interpretation of Gigantes. Myths, legends, heroes, face of our national hero, Jose Rizal, face of so many presidents. I invited this Gigantes maker to be a part of the Centennial Parade in Luneta. Elsewhere, anywhere in the Philippines, worldwide, there are a lot of puppetry. But in the Philippine context, it is seldom people aware that we have a local puppetry. So to make this famous, there are also Gigantes in Quezon, in Pahiyas. There are also Gigantes in some cities and municipalities in Mindanao, in Marinduque. But in the Angono context, to make that town recognized as the home of the Gigantes Festival, we need to be innovative and creative. I was invited by Secretary Gordon then of Department of Tourism, now our senator. He was also a innovative mayor. Hey, Mayor Gerry, I want you to bring your Gigante. I want you to bring 1,000 people in the Centennial Parade in Luneta. But I'm sorry, Sir Secretary. It's hard on our part to bring 1,000 people, money for them to feed. But I will bring you a people never seen in a parade in grandstand. If there is Marinduque Festival, Mascara Festival, Dinagyang Festival, yung mga tao titingala sa iyo, people will look at you, hi, why Jerry? Because I will bring 100 Gigantes with a 20 feet high. So people are now looking their neck high, looking to our Gigantes parading in the grandstand. So ito yung sinasabi ko na titingalain with high respect because Gigante is a 20 feet high. Compared to that regular festival of Dinagyang, it's a regular size of a people just dancing in the street. So this is something innovative and creative. So Angono now, with the declaration of President Macapagal Arroyo, when I invited her in a birthday of Lucio San Pedro, he pronounced that Angono really is the art capital of the Philippines because of so many artists in every corner of the town. Plus, the invitation during Ramos time of the Centennial Parade, the Gigantes Festival. So in my marketing strategy as a mayor, as the #1 marketing man of my place, of my town, I always include Angono, the home of the Gigantes Festival, representing its people and known for its artist community, the art capital of the Philippines. Imagine #2 in the smallest town in the province of Rizal. I invited SM Center that Angono, if you are looking for a town with a population just like Taytay and Cainta, oh, the owner of the SM asked me, oh, you have 400, you have 400, 500,000 population. Yes. Stand in the corner of that triangle, and that triangle, one road is going to the town proper. We have around 100,000 population within that vicinity, while the other road is going to Laguna. So you count 1 to 1,000 cars every day to 2,000. Then those who will encounter traffic in the next town, Binangunan, instead of going there in a traffic time, rather stay in that triangle area. You establish an SM there, find the owner of the lot in the bank. The bank is being mortgaged in a bank. So better buy out and start establishing as SM center.
Wow.
They told me, you are really an innovative mayor. Imagine, I'm looking for a physical 400,000 population. You are counting the population outside of Angono, passing in your town, going to Laguna, second district of Rizal, and my SM will not pass through the SM of Taytay because my SM will pass through the floodway going out of Pasig, while the SM of Taytay is in the inner side of the highway of Taytay. So there is a different way of absorbing market. So I invite them. They go with they join with my strategy. So now, Angono is no longer dependent of internal revenue allotment. It's a 50-50. Local funds and that real property tax from the national government. 3 years from now, we are working with the National Economic Development Authority, with the provincial government of Rizal, Governor Inares and Congressman Duawit. We will develop a boulevard in our shoreline of Angono, and we will increase the Lakeside Eco Park, a former dump site, people doing their jogging, fishing, biking, from that 500 meters to 1,000 stretch to 1.5 kilometers going to the boundary of Taytay. And beside that is a boulevard that will decongest traffic in the upland of Angono. Instead of going via SM to Binangonan, it is via lake to Binangonan going to Laguna. So Angono will serve as a bypass town, a small town with the size of 2,800 hectares, but number 10 in the national competitiveness positioning of our Philippine context. So our dream is sustaining this tempo. So upgrade the living condition of my people, work with in harmony in nature, work with our art community, and develop Angono as one of the alternative place to visit by 1 hour or 1 hour from Ortigas Center, Makati, via shoreline or by the Lakeside Road, C6. Instead of going outside Manila, Angono is a possible 1 day or overnight tour, 3 days tour, and via Antipolo, via Cainta, via Taytay. We will develop a quadrangle package, but Angono will serve us on top of it.
Now, sir, definitely you have an impressive litany of achievements in your public life. Especially, I'm sure the Angonians are appreciative of the kind of leadership that you have shown in all those years in public service. And thus, you have been kept, and your family has been re-elected as a sign of appreciation of the Angonians. Now, sir, in the Knights of Rizal, if you don't mind, we'll shift a little bit on the Knights of Rizal. Is this kind of leadership style, leadership energy, is this what you will be showing in your tenure as Supremo in the next 2 years, sir?